Advance Wars Reboot Camp was supposed to come out in 2021. It's now 2023, and we still don't have a new release date for it. So today we're going to talk about a recent rumor that popped up on Reddit pertaining to the game's release, and from there, using that as a jumping off point to discuss when we think this game will actually finally be released. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are talking about Advance Wars Reboot Camp. So there was an interesting leak posted on Reddit that I wanted to cover, and I can actually add a little bit more credence to it, I think. Grain of salt and all that. I personally don't think it's actually real. The person posted literally no proof or pictures or anything of this, but I do think it's interesting. They're probably just using their knowledge of Walmart and how Walmart works to their advantage here to kind of create a interesting fake leak. But I actually used to work full-time at Walmart, so let's get into this. So this is from user Sexy Princess Writer on Gaming Leaks and Rumors, Advance Wars Walmart info. Not sure if this is the place to put this, but I wanted to share. I work at my local Walmart, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we get our truck delivery. One truck is for produce, refrigerator, foods, etc., and the other one is for general merchandise. All true. That is how most Walmarts will operate, though at the one I worked at, we'd get all three of those every day. On the general merchandise truck, we received 3 new cardboard displays for our gaming section. One is a Minecraft Legends display with its release date. The other is a Tears of the Kingdom display with its release date. Finally, the last one is Advance Wars display that says available now, and the documents attached with it said to put up the display on February 10th. We haven't gotten any Advance Wars physical copies yet, and yet to my knowledge, but it's possible they come in on Friday or Monday truck, especially with the game not being announced yet, but I thought I would share this for the world. Now, there have been a couple things kind of making this more questionable. Someone posted a Discord screenshot of claiming to be the person saying like, oh, I'm going to post a fake leak to Reddit. Sexy Princess Writer then went on to say like, no, that's not me. So obviously they didn't post pictures of the display, which that right there, huge red flag. However, like I said, I used to work at Walmart, and I can confirm pretty much everything he said is accurate. I've seen people try to say that Nintendo vendors will come in and change those cardboard displays. No, that was the Walmart employee job, at least at my Walmart. My Walmart would also get cardboard cutouts. He's not saying like a big standee with like a cutout of Andy from Advance Wars or anything. He's just saying, or this poster's just saying, a cardboard piece of cardboard that has a release date on it. And I know from my Walmart experience, literally every video game release had one of these. I remember like seeing a Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory one in the cardboard compactor and wanting to pick that up. So everything he's saying is perfectly valid and is reasonable. He definitely needs to work at Walmart to know how this stuff works, or at least work at retail of some kind. So the story checks out, but once again, no proof. And the crazy thing here is, in which we haven't even mentioned yet, available now. This leaker is implying that Advance Wars is going to be shadow dropped in a Nintendo Direct next week. That is the obvious, connection here that we can make. Do I think that'll happen? Maybe. The more I think about this leak, rumor, I don't want to call it a leak because a leak is a piece of verified information. The more I think about this rumor, I do kind of vibe with it. And that's not me just being, wishful thinking. I don't really care when Advance Wars releases, frankly. I'll probably pick it up and play it, but I'm not, I'm not going to sit here and say, like, oh, I have a huge affinity for Advance Wars. But it's really interesting to talk about because we just saw Hi-Fi Rush get shadow dropped, and that game's doing incredibly well with its shadow drop. And a common topic of debate has been Advance Wars and when they're going to release it after those 2 delays, the last one being due, unfortunately, to the war in Ukraine. A shadow drop for this game would probably actually be its best bet. Now, there are retail copies, and I can't think of another time where a retail physical copy of a game was shadow dropped. The only other instance where it was close to happening was with 3D All-Stars back in 2020. They announced it like 2 weeks before it came out, and then there was physical copies. The interesting thing with Advance Wars is that there was almost certainly physical copies already printed. They're sitting in a warehouse somewhere. The game got delayed in March. I think it was March 9th. It was supposed to come out April 10th. That means there were probably at least some physical copies produced and waiting. So the idea that they might do a shadow drop release for a physical game like this, I really don't think it's that far-fetched. I've seen people saying, like, jumping to that as, like, the reason this has to be fake. I don't know. And the reality is, we keep talking about when Nintendo would want to get this out, because Advance Wars really does seem to have it's kind of a cursed game, it feels like. Not even just this specific release, but the original also, I think, released on 9/11. So I do wonder if Nintendo would be willing to just kind of plop this one out, get it over with, because it really doesn't feel like they care about it. It feels like they just want to get it out, put it out, and be done with it. I don't really know why Like, I obviously, surface level, I get why they delayed it, and, you know, respect to Nintendo for trying to be sensitive when it comes to these issues. It does feel like Nintendo took it way more to heart than any consumer would have, though. You know, I don't know if Advance Wars released last year, even on April 10th, would people have really said much about it? And like, oh, like, I can't believe they released this game right now. It's a video game. So it does feel like maybe there was like an internal controversy or something. I don't know. But either way, it definitely feels like Nintendo just, something's up with this game. The game's done. We know it's done. People that preloaded the game got to play it. Or at least some people did. But between its original delay to now, it's been almost a year since that last delay, and we haven't heard anything about it. Something weird is going on. So I do wonder if they're just going to kind of plop it out. Now is probably not the best time. If anything, I was thinking more like March or April. April especially, because that'd be 1 year after, and there's no game currently for April. But maybe March, you know, around Bayonetta, just have it around there. We already have Kirby this month. We already have Octopath 2, which Nintendo isn't publishing, but still a big Switch game. Theater of the Barline. There's a lot of other stuff on Switch this month, whereas next month it's literally just Bayonetta Origin, and I think Atelier. So I do wonder why they would do it this month and not next month or the following, outside of just the idea that maybe a shadow drop is the best way to generate buzz for this game at this point in time. Either way, whether or not this Walmart leak is true and Walmart rumor is true, I do think we'll be seeing the game within the next week or two. They pretty much have to show it. We're going to have our investor briefing, I think, on the 7th for Nintendo, so I would hope they would have it in there. They have like the release calendar for all their upcoming games. I would assume it'd be on there, and hopefully it'll have a new release date there. But we'll see. You know, I don't know if I fully believe this Advance Wars Reddit post, but all the information in the post does check out. I can personally confirm, at least based on my Walmart, everything this person said is completely accurate to how this works. You know, it always comes on the GM truck, general merchandise. It always has like the files attached to it to when you put it out, that this is how this stuff works. So this person at the very least has the information of how a retail display and all this stuff works with like the little file, whatever you call that. I didn't work GM, but I knew the inner workings of the truck. Also, just to quickly mention it, because not making another video about this, because I don't think it's worth doing a whole video. Jeff Grubb, famous Nintendo leaker, who was wrong about Metroid Prime and Twilight Princess and Wind Waker, but has been right about other stuff to his credit, did say that the Direct is next week, or at least he's hearing that the Direct is next week. So, make of that what you will, you know, we'll see. Jeff Grubb, 50-50, I would say, whether or not he's right, but definitely interesting. There's just too much smoke right now. There's too much smoke. There's got to be a Direct soon, and I think we'll have our answer to this within a week. So let me know what you think of all this down in the comments below. Do you think Advance Wars has the potential of being shadow dropped? I think it's an interesting idea, and I think it might make sense from a perspective of trying to generate as much buzz for this game that has had a troubled release, to say the least. So yeah, let me know what you think of all this down in the comments below. Of course, subscribe here for more Nintendo topics like this each and every day. And until next time, folks, bye-bye.